Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, the executive producer here, and I've got a few pre-show notes for you. First, a reminder. All of the content we produce is available on our website at finalshowfilms.com, as well as youtube.com/senstaku, senstaku.podbean.com, twitch.tv/senstaku, and on iTunes. We are only able to do the things we do thanks to the kind support of our Patreon donors. We give a special shout out to our $25 tier supporters, Antitonic and Cat Waterflame. If you'd like to support us that way, be sure to check it out. Secondly, a thank you to the folks over at 411mania.com. They produce articles and content related to wrestling, MMA, movies, music, and gaming. Go check them out. We appreciate their support as well. And lastly, be sure to subscribe, comment, and rate, if possible, wherever you listen to or watch our content. It helps us know what you like, what you don't like, and helps us make more content. Feedback is always appreciated. With all that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is where we wait for Aaron to start talking.
You didn't say "and we're live." I'm used to a slightly different countdown.
It's true.
Hi guys, this is Star Wars. Welcome to us working through a few of the kinks of transitioning to a different intro method.
Yep.
So, welcome to Star Wars Afterlight Skies, where we're going to start introducing our characters and rolling our destiny. I'm going to throw it to John, who you saw during the intro.
Yep. John, I'm playing Senstaku Sanada, the Achani Seeker, and I'm going to first pull up my character sheet, and then I'm going to roll Destiny, who's taking bets that it's going to be one dark side, or two dark side.
I'll bet.
Hey, look at that. It's
one dark side.
It's a dark side.
I think I might be stuck.
Your character has certainly evolved in interesting ways based on the randomness that, I will remind you, you decided that was the method you wanted.
I know.
I think next week we don't have John go first and see what happens.
It'll still happen.
Just remind me if we're doing that.
All right.
So, Kat, who was talking during John's intro.
I'm Kat. I am playing Powder, the surgical droid with, memory stuff and things. And I also gave us another dark side.
And Cody, who's either in this corner or the other one.
50-50 shot. I'm playing I'm Cody. I'm playing Praz, the Zabrak Commando, rolling Destiny. Also one dark.
Oh,
I broke
dude.
my streak of 2 lights.
Yeah. It's down to Jeremy to give us some light.
Jeremy?
Yeah, good luck.
Roll 3 lights.
Jeremy, I am playing
On one die.
I am playing Luxira, a Zeltron hacker spy attempted sniper.
Hey.
Well, I got 2 light.
Nice.
I did as
Basically
good
got
as I
you guys
could.
to even.
There we go.
Ah.
Better than nothing.
Which is the exact same dice pool compilation we have had for the past 4 games.
Yep.
2 light, 3 dark.
Yep.
I could pull up a table and tell you why that's mathematically very likely, but I won't do that right now. So, as our group is feeling a little bit stuck in the same point of their destiny, they've been pursuing matters on Praz's homeworld. Apparently, the Empire is making a power play, which is not something that most of this group is happy with. They also delivered a prisoner researcher to the clan and are having some second thoughts, maybe, about what situation he may have ended up in. Additionally, they had a small contract with an individual called the Shaper to just buy and or steal a thing and give it to him for additional profits. They pursued that goal and encountered an individual who recognized the past of one of our characters. From there, we've got the group has again split. Lux rushing off in pursuit of those who knew about her identity, so to speak, firing some shots, managing to down the individual, but not his bodyguard. And as we get back up, Lux, you're sort of struggling to your feet, looking around, trying to trace where they've gone through the crowd. And Powder, you're watching this happen.
I'm going over to Lux to help her up.
So yeah, she gets up, sort of eyes near. Is there any way to see where they are at this point? Or are they
It's
gone?
going to be very tough, but you can make me a roll.
I will try.
Okay.
What is this? Perception, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's going to be perception at this point.
Okay. Difficulty.
Gonna be difficulty 3 with a setback die,
Okay,
given that they're
this will be
always
fun. So that would be no successes and 2 threats.
a few people are sort of turning towards you. Maybe they heard gunshots, maybe they just saw you fall, saw you sort of looking. But you can't trace them in the crowd right now.
Okay. So she scowls. Fine. I'm fine. Let's get back to the ship.
Of course.
Now,
Turn around and
let's
stop
talk.
back. Sorry, go ahead.
You're a little bit ahead of them in heading back to the ship with the item.
Yep.
Okay. As you're going through the marketplace, I want you to roll me a difficulty 1 or difficulty 2, standard difficulty, just vigilance check.
Okay.
Because you're carrying something of a fair amount of value. I just want to see how you roll.
Blah, blam. 2 successes.
Yeah. With 2 successes, you're looking around trying to just keeping an eye out quite reasonably. And one thing that catches your eye that you aren't quite expecting is you do see Rerun, like, rolling down the street, sort of perpendicular to the direction you're currently headed. Looking at some of the stalls.
I pull out the comm link and switch over to the direct rerun channel. Please don't blow up any speeders.
He does a little swirl of that seems a little smug.
Just go back to the ship and stop blowing up speeders.
At this point, you hear like 3 blocks down an explosion sound.
Yeah.
And Rerun quite quickly exit stage left.
I continue heading to the ship.
Okay. All right.
Rerun.
Yeah, I continue heading back to the ship.
Yep.
Quickly.
Praz.
I have an unconscious guy over my shoulder.
You're headed back to the station?
Yep. I'm dropping that guy off. When do I hear the explosions?
You don't. You're actually headed in a different direction, and it's not a particularly large explosion. It's a speeder.
Yeah. Okay.
So as you're headed back, I mean, a few people give you looks because you're carrying a humanoid-sized individual.
He's in binders too, so
Yeah.
I have my badge.
But they see your
visible.
badge, they see he's in binders. They don't give it too many second thoughts.
I'll be right back.
One person's like, hey, which bar was that guy at? I need some of that stuff.
Yeah, that's not what he's going for.
Buzzkill sort of goes back to drinking at the bar that he's currently at. You make your way back up to the upper part of the market and over to the station where you previously met your current commander. And as you head on in, I assume?
Yep.
She's sitting at her desk. Well, well. Welcome back, I suppose.
Yeah. Got that guy that shot at us as I thumped him down onto the floor, which I jabbed him with a stim pack before we got here. I remember I haven't marked off on my inventory. So he's still unconscious, just any wounds.
Mm-hmm.
He's healed 6.
All right. So looks at him. Just sort of grabs by the binders, pulls him to his feet, and pulls him like upright, and sort of, you stay here. We're gonna have a talk. And she sort of walks over and in a room you can't see, presumably just puts him away. He goes in his box. Then she comes on back out. My office.
All right.
Seconds for you to follow her.
Yep.
And once they're in the room, her demeanor was cold before, but it was this kind of detached cold. You don't really even need to make a check to know that now it's the very angry cold.
We fucked
Look,
up.
I took you on as a favor to someone I respect quite deeply, and I don't mind doing some little things to help out with. Gave you some pretty simple, basic instructions, and told you not to fuck anything up too much. Now, I heard there was a commotion in the lower market. Want to tell me about that?
Yeah, we saw a individual who we had gotten information was dealing not so legal things, so we were on our way to just go ask him a few questions. We were also watching just to see if there was any pickpockets, anything like that in the lower markets. And when we went to go ask this gentleman a few questions, before we even got there, the man, the person that's in the jail cell now, started shooting at one of my compatriots. And I warned him, told him to drop his weapon. Our badges were visible. He kept shooting. I shot the gun out of his hand and knocked him out. Put him in binders. We proceeded with our business. I brought him straight here. That was the commotion.
All you're putting in your report?
Yeah, that's all I'm putting in my report.
I understand. Now,
That's all that happened.
remember I think I gave pretty simple directions. Do you remember what I said about if you encountered potential illegal activity or things you didn't think were quite on the level? I told you very specifically.
Yeah, to let you guys
As
know.
long as it's not happening out in the open, you let me know and you let it go so we can handle it properly.
We didn't even get to deal with the guy, so now this is me letting you know. He left after we got shot at anyways, so...
Kid, you're not doing yourself any favors. Just
I'm not...
up.
Just what?
Look, I'm willing to overlook some of this. I get it. You're out trying to discover yourself or something, and that's fine. But here's what's not fun. I give you the authority to act essentially in my name. And you go stomp on that. You break the rules. And you don't listen. Getting paid for pretty easy work. And what you did is you decided that you wanted to go play vigilante and dump a whole bunch of paperwork on my desk. Is this making sense?
Yeah, this is why I did not become a guard.
You're a
I mean,
mercenary, right?
I didn't do anything outside. I did everything by the rules, honestly. I didn't talk to the guy that we were going
I have
to.
a shopkeep who says otherwise. And is looking to press charges against this department for violating quite a few autonomy laws.
The shopkeeper would not... I didn't do anything. I just asked her to open her shop because it was locked.
And let's go into a little more detail. What did the shopkeep say when you told her that you would like entrance to her store?
I told her that.
Hey, can I come in? And what did she say?
No, I said, hey, we have a potential hostage situation because the guy that we wanted to talk to, that we had information that was dealing in illegal things, had one of my compatriots with him and a bodyguard, I'm assuming, because she had a big fucking gun.
All right, so what did the shopkeep tell you in response?
No. She didn't believe me.
That's not what she didn't. She very well might have believed you. But the reality is, that's her private property, and you didn't actually have the right to order her to allow you to enter.
I didn't order her. I asked her repeatedly, and she kept saying no. So that's why
I'm going to assume you haven't had a lot of conversations about consent in your line of work.
No, I do bounty hunter work. Normally, I find the people and I get them.
Well,
That's not quite the mentality of a guard.
So I'm going to ask you to have your subordinates also come back by, and we'll talk about this as a group. Sure, you have your comm links or whatever. Call them in.
All right. I'll get on the comm link and I'll say to Lux and Sen and say, hey, whatever you guys are doing, you can come by the office. Captain's got to give us a talking to.
All right, on my way.
Lux, Powder, you're probably about halfway back to the ship when this happens. Sen, you've probably just about arrived back when you hear this. Unless you were going somewhere else first.
No, I was going straight to the ship.
Okay.
I go put the object that we were sent to retrieve on the ship.
And little box.
I put it in the secure secret cargo hold. Not
Okay.
in the smuggler hold, not in the open area.
Yep.
Seal that off. As Rerun come back?
Rerun, you don't see him anywhere.
I make a mental note and head back that way, I guess.
Okay.
On the way there, is there sort of a side roundabout, like not down the main thoroughfare way to get to like side alleys and the like to get to?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Like there's like a few rows of vendor halls, so you can just sort of take the back, less traveled parts of that.
Okay.
It'll take a little longer, but you'll be basically fine.
That's fine. On the way then, she's taking the carbine rifle that she has, and bit by bit as she passes by garbage cans, taking pieces off of it and tossing them in and till she's basically disassembled it. Because she doesn't have anywhere she can store it well in the police office, and it is evidence in an attempted murder.
Would it have fit?
Okay.
I was gonna say, would that have fit in my stomach?
No, it's a fairly carbine
It's a
rifle.
big gun, right?
Best of my knowledge, are fairly big.
Yeah, it's a rifle.
yeah. I
Right.
think Cody has one on his sheet.
Yeah.
It's not like you have a size number on your compartment. It's larger than that number.
Okay.
I'm almost certain.
Okay.
Yep.
Powder will ask.
You can give me just a deception cunning check, difficulty 2, to see how well you scatter the parts.
Okay.
essentially.
And Powder will ask if they are wanted to go with you or if they should go back to the ship.
Yeah, probably best to come with. I can take out the setback die, drop it down to diff 2. Well, 2 advantages.
Okay.
Nothing beyond that because dice.
You check them in the garbage cans you can find. Try and put them in unappetizing places. but
Yeah. We'll see.
You
At
wish there was
very
like
least, it would be difficult to put.
compactor or
yeah.
a furnace. You're not finding one on the open roads that you're traveling.
It's fine. At the very least, it will be difficult to put all these pieces together and find them all. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than bringing it into a police station, definitely.
Oh, for real.
Okay. So I'm going to say the three of you at roughly the same time meet back up in front of the police station.
Okay, so what's going on?
Yeah, so I'll come out and greet them and say, so that shopkeeper did actually file a report.
Okay.
Okay.
And, yeah, so I think we're getting in trouble for that.
Okay. I'm so
Didn't really care about the guy getting shot.
I am so upset that I'm getting in trouble for a job that we took as a favor to your elders. That is not our regular job that we care about.
No.
Yes, but let's not be overly flim about this. This is law enforcement, so
Yeah.
not doing our job well could result in imprisonment.
Yeah.
Also, before we walk in here, I should let you know, I tried, and I may have succeeded, I may not have succeeded in killing the guy we got that thing, that engine core from. I did
oh,
not successfully kill the bodyguard.
What? Hmm.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that later.
maybe that's information we could have denied.
We didn't need that information right now.
No, you very well might have if that information comes back at the appropriate time, so you are prepared for it.
We will talk about that later.
Ignorance is not always bliss. God damn it!
But plausible deniability is a thing.
It is a thing. But I also know that these two are really fucking good liars as a rule. And better be prepared for it than be surprised and all of a sudden all eyes turn in a direction. No offense.
All eyes on me.
Right?
All right. Well,
If a robot could sigh.
Just
let's go in and.
All right, let's go listen to somebody with their panties
all
and
I'll
not
say is
bitch at
that
us.
good.
Yep. When you head back in, there are a few more people around the police department. Captain just sort of points at you.
Smile. Hi.
I look.
I'm going to need to debrief all of you, and then.
Of course.
I just look unimpressed.
I stand by the door.
This is
take
what
a
I get
seat.
for working with off-worlders.
I mean, I'm from here.
Damn. And she just sort of points. You, pink one, with him. And you see this sort of older but very tall and muscular Zabrak man.
Ooh, lucky me.
Droid one, whatever your name is, his Yugo is her. Another woman, muscular, a little younger, but nearly as tall as the first man. You stabby fucker, whatever your name is.
I just look confused. I don't know why anyone would refer to me as stabby fucking.
We'll call you Trigger Happy. Trigger Happy, you're gonna go with her. And you see, like, a much less muscular, somewhat diminutive girl, young woman. Also, all three of these people are Zabrak. Significantly shorter, probably than all of you. She sort of gives you a slight wave.
Okay.
And you, I already debriefed, so here. And she hands out a printout to you that has basically word for word the conversation you two had on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few things like pause and like editorial moments. Not like the things you do when converting speech to text.
Yeah.
But read over that, confirm that it's what you said, and if you still agree with it, you sign it.
All right.
And she goes back to her desk and picks up a phone. Go, all of you. And the woman who's been assigned to Powder is like, okay, so come this way, I suppose.
Powder follows without saying anything.
And each of you seem to be led to essentially separate meeting roomy rooms.
Yep.
Everyone going along, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna read my paper.
Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Okay.
I walk in. Is there a chair?
Yeah, it's a small conference room, the kind you often find next to break rooms.
I immediately sit in the chair and do the like slump down like your board sit.
Okay.
Like
So-
arms on the arms. The
Total
stuff.
side note. I see this going totally like the individual group interrogations in the Firefly episode.
I won't deny that wasn't an inspiration.
Because it's going to be amazing.
This is going to be great. And your interrogator, who has not introduced herself yet, will like look at the chairs and then actually just sit on the table, sort of crouched, trying to get some height on you.
He's just this.
Okay. Welcome to the police. Welcome to the establishment. Welcome to red tape.
Okay.
I just need to know what happened.
All right. Paul said that we'd heard some stuff about a dude dealing with illegal technology. Wanted to go ask him a couple questions. We went out. Pink Lips went up to talk to him. And we sort of stood out to the side, making sure nobody was pickpocketing and trying to shoot nobody or nothing. Dude comes up behind me, pulls a gun, tries to shoot me. I shoot back. Hoss tells him to drop the gun. He don't drop the gun. I shoot back. Hoss shoots the gun out of his hands. We wrap him up, bring him to you.
All right. That's all that happened.
As far as I know. They went and yelled at some shopkeeper lady or something, but I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Good to know. Write down some points. All right. So first question, you mentioned getting some intel on...
Oh, I didn't get it. That's all Hoss's department. I'm just a point and shoot kind of fella, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Make me a deception check. That's going to be standard difficulty.
I'm
No
going to spend a
setback die because it's a fairly, it's not an entirely outrageous lie.
I'm going to use the light side to boost. Deception. 2 difficulty, 1 upgrade. And wha-bam! 1 success.
All right. So look at you. So no one told you why? No one told you,
I mean, I'm not...
we're going to this person because my contact, my friend, or...
I mean,
I
they might have told me.
something.
They might have said something about it, but I don't really pay much attention to that, It's not really what I get paid for. I don't get paid to listen. I'm not real good at it anyways. I mostly just, stand there. Somebody shoots at you, you shoot back. That kind of thing. I'm what they call a muscle.
Huh. And afterwards, you headed back to your post?
No, I was gonna head back up to where we're staying to sort of swap out my coat, because you see it points at, because I didn't get a chance to. So hold up and see where the scorch marks are from where I did get hit. I was gonna swap out my coat for something that looked less like I've been through the grinder, but then we got a call in to come in here, so didn't get a chance to.
Great, you're telling me. Thanks. That's always nice. That's all you want to... Anything else you want to put in this report? Because you let him edit his, essentially. Let him take a second look. You're off-world. We're not going to let you do that.
Said nothing but the truth, so...
Okay. Nothing but the truth and nothing excluded, I hope.
I wasn't really paying too much attention. If anything else happened, You better luck getting it out of house or pink lips.
All right. And why don't you tell me about the box you carried on your way back?
Box.
No relation to the case?
I don't know. Wasn't told.
Were you given it specifically?
Yeah.
Told to bring it back when you were swapping out your jacket?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And we're going to cut to whichever one of you wants to go next. Powder?
Go for it.
Sure.
This woman sort of pulls out a chair for you. Again, it's a small conference room area. Would you like to sit?
Powder just shakes their head no.
Okay. I'm like, do you mind if I sit?
Shakes their head no again.
Okay. This woman sort of sits down straight, military. Okay. What I need from you is a report. Tell me what happened.
Powder will ask in binary, do you speak binary?
She looks at you for 3 seconds. And looks at you. And then she, like, stands up. Hey, I'm gonna need a translator, droid. Shuts the door back down. Medical droid. Okay, comment. Who makes them that way? Okay. Well, till we get a translator here, I'm just gonna wait. If you feel like talking before the translator shows up, great. If not, great. And she'll just stare at you for a few minutes.
Powder will just stare right back.
Okay. She does not flinch. And well, you don't have to like blink and breathe and do any of the things that would make you lose this sort of tense staring contest. She does, but she still manages to push on, at least for a few minutes, just as steely as you are without putting forth too much effort.
Okay.
And then, what's his name? And then a translator droid that you recognize the basic shape translator droids and just head walks in. Hello, I am here to facilitate your communication. Please rest assured that I am not recording any of this and will not keep any data that is otherwise confidential or sensitive information. Like, yeah, you know you don't have to always give your disclaimer thing. Like, I know. It's still efficient, especially when dealing with new individuals. And, okay, let's start again. I'm going to need a report from you. Can you I know you can understand me. So why don't we start with what you did this afternoon after receiving your badge?
Powder in binary will say, I watched the crowd.
Then you met up with your fellow group members?
I mostly watched the crowd.
There was an incident in the lower city, and all of this is being translated if you say it in binary. Okay.
She won't speak. They won't speak anything but binary.
That works. There was an incident in the lower city involving several members of your group, and we know you were there. Is there anything you'd like to say about the contents or circumstances of that incident? Anything you noticed or observed?
No.
Would you like to offer your perspective on your or your group's actions?
No.
Understand that we are genuinely asking for your perspective. I understand that you might not come from a context where that's common to be asked as a droid, but if you have contributions, don't feel afraid to make them. This won't be shared with your comrades.
Powder's head kind of does this like head tilt thing. And then they say, as far as I am aware, all business was done properly.
And it didn't seem that any civilians were overly stressed or upset by the way your group behaved?
There was one civilian who behaved inappropriately and was taken care of. Appropriately.
I see. Are you referring to an incident that involved an individual threatening a law enforcement officer and then being shot?
Yes.
Okay. I think that lines up well enough with what on-scene witnesses said. That's all I need. Ugh. And then, Lux, whenever.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't
I'm
want
good.
to interrupt. Okay.
No, you're good.
Call it pink lips.
You're also right into a room, and this
Yes.
gruff older man.
Takes a seat. Cross leg. Lean back. Hi.
Hello.
So what can I do? What can I clarify for you? What do you need from me?
I need your summary of the incident, and then I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay. Well, so we had been, I'm sure you know this part, but we had been assigned to go patrol an area. And we started heading out as normal, and we had seen nothing really out of the at least. Now, I need to point this out. I am not an experienced law enforcement officer, so if I said things, or if I saw things, I could have very easily missed some things. I could have. I'll be honest, most of what I know about that kind of stuff comes from holovids. So I may have accidentally, if I say things that sound like I saw this and it looked suspicious, I hope you put it through that filter.
It's noted.
Okay. So we had been going through, and we'd seen some things, a few what's the potential perps, I think it is, that may, but it was all going fine. That nothing had turned out, and then so we're passing by this garage area. I seem to remember that it was. I'm sorry, this whole thing's been very, very exciting, a lot of stuff going on, but I'm pretty sure it was a garage type area. And I saw somebody that looked a little bit suspicious coming out, and I said, hey, I'm gonna go check this out. And sort of headed in. It was my bad. I kind of got ahead of everybody else because they were looking at a couple other things. So went up, and there was I just walked and say it was a business. It looked like that to me. But so I walked in and I started trying to be like sort of an undercover and try and talk with and they were really giving off weird vibes, and everything just seemed sort of strange. And then when I started asking some like, well, hey, what's your business, blah blah blah, the guy, his bodyguard, and they look really, really shifty, I should say. I think they're underworld connected, but I'm not sure. The bigger guy looked like a bodyguard, sort of, essentially shut the door and sort of locked us in there. And I tried to sort of talk my way out of that situation. I'm not sure what happened outside, but luckily they managed to get in, and because I was kind of worried for myself, they managed to get in. We had a sort of a came to an understanding about, okay, well, clearly this must have been, I was just a little more concerned about, getting out of there with my skin intact, if you know what I mean. But we pretty much parted our own way at that point. They headed off their way. We headed off our own way. At that point, I felt like I was really feeling sort of jittery, so I went on a little bit of a walk with their medical droid to sort of calm myself down a bit. I was on my way back when I got the notification from Praz that you had questions, and came here, and here we are now.
All right. First question.
Uh-huh.
You noticed that someone was being shifty.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just had that sort of look. You know what I mean, right?
You went undercover, not to make any assumptions. Did you go officially as a law enforcement personnel, or did you present yourself just as a civilian?
It may have been my mistake. I like I said, everybody else was.
I just need a clear answer. Did you present as a law enforcement individual?
No, I didn't. No, not at all. I didn't think that would go over well since they were being so,
I see.
I mean, that's what you don't. If you're going undercover, you don't tell them you're a law enforcement officer. Although I think I've heard that you're supposed to do that if they ask you. I'm not sure about that though.
I need you to make a deception check at
fine.
this point. Difficulty of 2.
All right, I'm flipping
back
a
guy because this is a little bit more of a full lie.
This is.
This is when
Jeremy kills me because I choke on something from laughter.
This is
What
when
difficulty?
the Praz's, people decide that they should probably vet the people they hire first.
They usually do. You were a favor.
Yeah.
So what difficulty?
And now they've learned their lesson.
Difficulty 2 with 1 setback die.
Okay, I spend a point.
They'll never ask for a favor again.
Okay. God damn it, guys.
At least not with you guys around.
Let's see. Hey, 3 successes and a triumph.
Damn.
Hey, there's one thing that Lux. Well, there's a couple things that Lux is really good at, but one of them is lying out her ass.
All right. With 3 successes and 1 triumph.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you. Okay.
I'm basically
Next.
trying to paint this idea of I'm a really, really incompetent and stupid and went on this terrible, ill-conceived idea
All right.
and essentially isolating what happened within the room because I legitimately can say I have no idea what happened outside. And that way it minimizes the amount of potential overlap and getting caught up in stories.
Okay. Next, he's going to. Next, I need to know what. Okay. Do you remember a box? Maybe you were talking about it in the store that your companion had a box later. Do you remember how that ended up moving around?
Oh, the box. Yeah. So once we like I said, we sort of talked it out between us, and after everything got kind of crazy out, I don't know, they got in. Right or wrong, it was still a business, and I saw it was it was this really nice Iridonian vase that I thought looked really, really, and I had some money. I said, "Hey, how much for that?" They sold it to me. It was a legitimate, it had nothing to do with any of the criminal stuff. It was an honest transaction.
All right. So you bought a vase.
Yes.
Well, undercover in a place you suspected of smuggling.
Well, yes, but that was not smuggling. Well, oh.
Underground activity.
Yes. I didn't think that they were like smuggling vases. I just thought it was generally shifty. I didn't know exactly what it was. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have.
You're too old for this. Okay.
Like I said, I didn't know it was in a box.
You bought a vase.
Yes.
All right. It's going on the transcript.
Yeah. It's a really nice one too.
Sure it is. I'm sure it is. Okay.
With a little bit of a red. I didn't get a picture, but yeah, if I could, I think you'd appreciate it. I'm good at picking out people's like style, sort of palettes of what they're into. I think you'd like it.
All right. Next question.
Uh-huh. Yes. Sorry. I didn't sidetrack.
When there was a commotion outside, did you notice? Did the business owner seem to notice?
I mean, a little bit. Like I said, the door was closed at that point. I heard
So
some
you
sort
didn't.
of. We didn't see exactly what was going on out there. I would love to be able to tell you more about that, but I don't know.
You just made your transaction and then headed out to reunite with your group.
Yes, and it was sort of sort of heavy. I'm not sure exactly what it's made out of. It could be something fairly so. I had one of the people that were with. They're a little bit more, and they agreed to carry it for me because I am not really good. I don't do a lot of upper body working out. Is what I'm trying to say.
All right, and you had it. Where did you ask that to be sent? Were you just going to carry it around?
Just back to yeah.
Okay. Well, don't know why the council decided that you were worth. Okay.
I mean, I know it's my first time ever doing something like this, but I think I've got a good eye for it. Obviously, I need. It's something I'm
Now,
thinking of getting into.
we're going to move on to another set of questions.
Okay.
When you started, you were given some instructions for how to go about your job. What can you tell me of this?
So.
You seem very enthusiastic to join law enforcement. Did you pay attention to what you were told to do?
Sort of keep an eye out and you know, now that you mention it, I'm trying to remember the exact words, but it sort of got. Hold on just a second. If you give me a minute, I can definitely think of it. It was it if you see something, say something. I'm sure that's it. Or maybe that was something that somebody else said.
That phrase ends with "and drink to forget," and no, that's a hollow bit.
Right. Sorry. I don't remember now, but I'm pretty sure that I had a good mindset on it at the time. It's been an exciting day. It's my first day as a police officer.
Okay.
And you're last.
So you don't know what you're told to do, so you just decided to go and undercover.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't that the way that it works? You know,
Is there anything else you would like to add to your statement?
That I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the experience. I would be happy to recommend it to other people. And I hope to get the opportunity to do it again sometime.
It's like a tourist attraction.
You're answering this like you're filling out a Google survey. Okay.
Bright smile.
And just clicks it. Just wait here. I guess.
Sure. Do you have some water? My throat's a little dry.
I'll send someone in.
Thank you. If you have tea with honey, would be great.
All right. Now, Lux, is there anything you're trying to do or put in in this conversation? Okay.
Nope. I am not going to try to modify this at all because, frankly, I think I've done it.
No, I'm just trying to make sure that you don't have anything. That's actually goes for any of the three of you. Something else, anything else you'd like to try and accomplish during these conversations?
No,
Mostly, I just want to seem like the dumb muscle.
You rolled your deception check.
I'm just the droid who knows nothing.
That was the entire intent of my like.
So the three Zabrak do leave. Lux, the small one does come in with some water and hand it to you.
You're a dear.
She lingers for a minute longer than you think she probably should be, but heads on out after a little bit too long. And eventually you are all, and you as well, Praz, called into a central room.
Yep.
I immediately adopt the exact same position in a different chair.
Likewise.
I have signed the report.
Okay.
Powder walks in and stands by the door.
The translator droid does continue to accompany you, Powder.
Sounds good. Powder will not speak anything but binary while in this building.
Okay.
I'm sipping my water.
I'm doing that
If I
thing.
say it in Spanish, they can't convict me.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that thing where, like, when you're, the I'm bored tics that somebody of this particular personality that he's putting on has. Leg bouncing and waving, making weird noises, fiddling with stuff. I'm doing all of that.
Oh my god, we have to make the most amazing image as a group.
All right. So as you are all taking your various seats, taking your positions, the captain of the guard does come back in, along with someone that, Lux, you recognize as that is the bodyguard I was shooting at.
Okay. I play no different.
All right.
None whatsoever.
And behind the two of them, sorry.
In fact, when I see him, I'm like, oh, I remember.
The little wave is the best thing you do.
And also Raj, who you recognize as the individual from the council that you met with before. He sort of looks over all of you. And the captain's just like, okay. I'm not sure why you feel the need to lie. I'm not sure why you feel the need to break all of our laws for just shits and giggles. But clearly, at least some of you are doing those things. Now, I tried to give this as much attention as I could, because whatever, and I don't need any. But do you remember why you were asked to be here? Why we asked for additional guards around?
For us, yeah. It was if the council had any more questions for us. But you
why
also
we need
the...
additional guards at this time?
Yes, because of our visitors.
And
I give, at this point,
remember?
I give the bodyguard a subtle but pointed look.
Okay. I think there's like an intimidation or threat skill.
Coercion.
Yes. Would you like to roll coercion on that?
I would, and I am also going to use influence to try and inflict strain on him as well.
Okay.
So, where is that? I will roll that first.
So, you know when you cut yourself and you have to put a band-aid on an area that's particularly hairy?
So,
yeah.
Bummer.
It hurts.
So you're currently operating as essentially a nominally light side force user.
Right,
So
so that gives me 2 strain.
Well,
I believe that's how it works.
Yeah, I thought you could only spend 1 per roll.
You can only roll 1 dice at force power 1.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that for now, and I will check the rules on that later.
And I know I take strain for every dark side point, which is fine.
And you also understand that dark side abilities manifest differently. You would sort of innately understand this, like choosing to use this power that is less natural to my current alignment, and thus both hurts me and might have
Right.
slightly different effects than if it was positive.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the whole point here is to generate fear.
Right.
And specifically with influence, when guiding and shaping thoughts, only dark side points can be used to generate negative emotions, and only light side points can be used for positive emotions.
Yep. Okay. So you were managing to do the fear emotion.
Yes.
Yeah. But
And then if there is, there's not actually an intimidation roll, but
coercion is what I was
Coercion,
saying that
okay.
would be.
not my best, not my best die, but that's fine. But I still managed to get a success off of it, and a threat.
You just sort of
Just a
feel
subtle
this
sort of,
innate connection to everything around you right now. And you just sort of pick on the thread of that is this person that you probably have some significant issues about, like somewhere in there. And just push across that a shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I am more powerful than you.
I will fucking destroy you. Especially since you think you know who I am.
And you can see that take hold a little bit.
Perfect.
And there's this silent moment where you're not sure if she's consenting or contesting. But she's definitely giving you that subtle acknowledgement back before both of you resume your sort of facades.
Yes.
I will fucking murder you, shit, man. Okay, Jesus.
That is a good summary of your actions so far as they've been seeing consequences in this episode.
Right?
So, and I believe in relation to that, repeatedly emphasized the need for you to just stand there and look like guards.
Question.
Yeah.
So you're saying I should have let the dude shoot me?
We have absolutely no problem with the actions you took in self-defense.
Cool. Just want to make
There
sure.
is no charge being pressed there, though we will likely be charging that individual for assault of a law enforcement officer. However, that you were apparently, as far as we can tell,
Seizing the initiative.
coordinating a raid on a suspect you yourselves defined based on what is being summarized as essentially hearsay.
Instincts,
Uh,
not hearsay.
Oh. So there was no tip. Good to know.
Ooh.
Look, typically,
Wait a minute, is hearsay tips? I'm confused now.
I don't.
What is
they're-
hearsay?
Sometimes, yeah.
They're using a lot of like $5 words that I don't necessarily know myself, but
Yeah, he runs on a
Okay.
$1 budget.
here's it in simple language. It would be easiest just to lock the off-worlders up and call it a day. Especially because you managed. Powder, do you want to make a composure roll? Okay.
Yep.
Composure is going to be a deception check in this.
Deception.
Uh-oh.
What's the difficulty on that?
And the difficulty is 2 with a setback die. You are
Oh, no,
being
discipline.
actively
Setback.
insulted.
Setback is the black one, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the air one.
It'd be easiest just to throw the 3 off-worlders off into prison.
Deception.
Fuck tank.
It's a wash.
Nothing.
that's
It's a wash.
So you can decide whether or not that ends up slipping out.
No, I do believe that Powder is going to not channel rerun and not swear in binary.
Okay.
A fuck taint shall not pierce the lips.
Oh. Vocalizer, really. You don't have lips.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I wanted to have that be somewhere other than just in chat because that is precious and perfect.
Yes.
Um,
Fuck taint.
You're welcome.
So we tried to investigate, get your stories, and work from there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure why your stories need to be accompanied with at least one of you is lying to us.
About what?
About what?
We say in
About
unison.
your role in the situation, what you saw or what you did. We have evidence.
Stood in a place. Shot a dude that shot at me.
Yes, we have already received your report. We don't need to hear it again.
I mean,
And
what? So, what you said that we were getting ready to conduct a raid. What made you say that?
it's not something that was in your report. Do you hold that it is false?
We weren't gonna raid
I don't.
the guy. Why would we raid somebody? We're acting as officers of the law. I said we were just gonna ask him some questions.
Which is when I kind of went ahead and I guess kind of screwed everything up. Which I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't reflect on my chances of doing this again someday.
I mean,
Because I would totally do it again and recommend it to others.
I mean,
The counselor sort of looks at you, Lux, now that you've spoken. Just gives you a very curious look. Raises an eyebrow.
Just smile back.
Now, I'm sure we can find a more diplomatic solution.
I mean, if you apparently got evidence says we're lying, then you should know which one of us is lying. Who is it? Because I don't know.
What's what? What were you saying? More
Apparently,
equatable solution?
the word he said started with a D.
I mean, I don't want to get in trouble. So if you've got something that's a little bit better, I'm definitely.
I just want to know what we're being told we're lying about.
You're being charged with obstruction of justice. Let's put it that way.
I mean, the only thing I obstructed was dude shooting at me, so sure, go ahead.
What were we obstructing?
It seems
Misuse of your badge. Unlawful entry into an individual's establishment as a law enforcement officer when explicitly not given consent.
I mean, I was invited.
Are
I'm
you
not sure
familiar
what
with
that
one?
is. I'm not sure what that is, but I do need to point out. I mean, if this is helpful, I'm sorry if I didn't necessarily say this before, but this might be a the person that I talked explicitly invited me in, and I look at the bodyguard. Isn't that right?
She's like, yeah, we invited her in. Didn't
So,
know she was a cop. But yeah.
well, you didn't ask. I only have to tell you if you ask.
We were under the assumption that it
Let me
was this
roll a
individual
deception
shop.
check real quick because I need to see if she can keep from laughing. Because, Lux, you dragged her into this.
I think she dragged herself into this.
That's
By
not
working for who
untrue,
she's working
but
for.
she does still need to make the check. And I'm going to use the dark side to give her a setback, or isn't to upgrade her bad option. And the skills was just finding the willpower, correct?
God damn it. You useless, but I don't say this. This is inside her head. You useless piece of shit.
She. Yes, that is sure.
I mean, I play that off as nothing, and like I am used to people laughing when I say things because I am just that dumb.
Okay. Yeah.
It was kind of a funny statement.
Yeah, we were operating under the assumption that that was the individual shop.
That would not have changed what you did, being very legal.
I'm just saying that there was no... We didn't just barge in without permission. So that part of it...
Yes, and that's...
I didn't barge in anywhere.
Sort of the captain speaks up again. That's actually kind of the problem. The only person that... Now, we can say with certainty that all of you fucked up. But the only person we can say actively participated in many actions and decisions designed to intimidate and abuse their badge would be the person that we're inclined to favor.
Oh, you done fucked up, Hoss.
I didn't abuse anything. I don't see how. I don't see how I would.
Now, Ness, you were gonna offer an alternative or whatever, and the bodyguard. Yeah, I am here to. Make this all go away if you would like.
Okay. I mean, that sounds good.
Make what, my apparent obstruction charge go away? Is this the shopkeeper or the bodyguard?
This is the bodyguard, though you would not know that. You haven't seen either
Yeah.
of them.
I mean,
So I don't know who the fuck this is.
Yeah. It's just some muscly person that
Yeah.
Lux waved to. You would have noticed that.
Yeah.
But that could be just about anyone, let's be honest.
At this point,
I mean, I don't know, Hoss. A couple of days in the slammer probably be good for you. Sharpen them horns up.
oh,
Just smiling at Praz.
let them speak.
I'll
Let
just give
them
you a fucking
speak.
look like, really?
Sorry, you were saying.
The representative of my company, instead of dealing with the law enforcement processes, you deal with our corporate processes. Your
I mean,
choice who you'd
okay,
want to
What
go
does that mean?
Yeah. What does that even mean?
with.
That means
All
we-
of you can roll me a knowledge underworld check, difficulty of 1.
Means we owe
Okay.
him a favor.
Yeah, it means we owe a favor.
Yeah.
I just want him to say it out loud in front of the police officers.
I got a
think
success
I
with an
think they
advantage.
know. I got a
I
success
know.
with an advantage as well.
Okay. Those of
I
you
got
who got 1
4
success,
successes.
So Lux means I owe him a favor. Prez and Sen might depend on the kind of agency, but usually that means a favor. Powder, you don't know where you learned this, but the way he's talking and how comfortable he is saying all of this in front of the police, you remember that at least a lot of the larger corporate entities, the Hudson stuff, they tend to have their own court systems and ways of doling out punishments or whatever to those who sneak or cheat or steal. Now, sometimes that's just like, okay, I have a trapdoor in my room. Let me open the trapdoor for the person who was bad. And sometimes that's like more formalized bureaucracy. Several of the underground trade unions would use that kind of thing.
So
You
can I
don't know if
make
it's
any
that
sort
or
of
more of a like one-time favor deal, but
can I make any sort of assumption that this would actually be better for us?
not knowing what entity is being represented here, because you don't. With 4 successes, with a little more information, you can put together which of these entities it probably is, but some of them would be a worse deal. Some of them would be a better deal. You don't know enough about the government of this planet or that the particular organization that's stepping in.
Fight a Rancor, pay a fine.
That is a possibility. It's also possible that it's spend 3 years in jail, steal something.
Well, no, I was like, that was the variety of options it could be with the Underworld Corporation. Anything from paying a fine to fighting a Rancor.
So, would it be appropriate for me to ask what the corporation is?
You could try. You are in front of government, so they're not necessarily likely to say which underground syndicate they work for, but you could
You know
try.
what? Powder's going to do it anyway, in binary, because in binary, they're going to ask, what corporation would we be owing something to?
Your droid will confer that. Your droid assistant will confer that.
Do they say the exact words that I used?
Almost precisely. Binary and
Yeah,
binary and basic do translate pretty one-to-one most of the time.
just making sure they're not screwing with me, you know.
So,
Nope.
yeah, none of y'all know how to speak droid? He sort of comes back in the translation.
I am, of course, fluent in a few, more than 24 forms of communication, which is quite exceptional, if I do say so. But
Nice humble
it
brag.
is customary when someone cannot not respond in the conventional language of the conversation to provide assistance so everything is carried out within a single language.
I mean, I have to say that I appreciate it because I can never understand the bleep bloops either. I look at the translator. Do you moonlight? Because I would love to hire you to come with us.
He'll look to you. I'm sorry, it isn't quite the appropriate time to inquire about hiring my servant.
I'm sorry. You're right.
So,
Swear to God, Jeremy, you're going to kill me. Oh, jeez. If anyone ever asks why I love this group,
bodyguard will look
this
at
is
you.
why.
The one that you were investigating. You're the great cops who were going all undercover. You must know who you're working for.
I mean, I don't mean
yeah,
to
we know who
sound-
we're working for.
I don't mean to. Can we have a little time to talk about it between us?
Of course. And they'll all leave.
Right.
The bodyguard leaves last, and Lux does give you another look.
I just did a little.
We should not have any good ways of communicating her glances and her skills.
Cool.
Yeah, roll me a cool or empathy check to see if you can pick up on what she's trying to tell you.
I mean, cool is empathy.
Okay.
There's no empathy on it. Diff 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I need to be
3 advantages.
okay. She seems to be trying to convince you to take the deal.
Yes.
You're not sure why.
Okay. So once they leave, is there a camera in this room?
No. And Praz, now that you've had some things to kick your brain and think about it, it's unlikely they're recording you if they're giving you privacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wait till everybody's out, and I turn around and goes, all right, so we are taking this, right?
Powder will still stay in binary. Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I think it'd probably do Praz good to sit in a cell for
Oh,
a few
Sen,
days.
shut up.
Yeah, why are you using that voice still?
Because even if they ain't recording us, they might be listening at the door. Anyways. Consistency.
To which Powder will point at their face and go, hence binary.
See?
I
In binary.
strongly recommend we take it.
Well, Hoss, it's your decision. You're the one on the line.
I honestly don't know where the fuck they're coming up with obstruction of justice and all this shit.
I believe it was at the point where the shopkeeper said it's illegal for you to push your way into my home, and then you pushed your way into
into the home anyways.
I believe
I mean, it was a
doesn't-
shop.
I believe that was the point.
Whether it's legitimate charges or not, and I think there can definitely be a case made, whether they're legitimate charges or not. I'm pretty sure we don't want to be under government lockup while the Empire is here.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know about you, but we don't have a lawyer. I might
really hate to damage your this area's jail breaking out
I mean,
and killing everyone along the way.
that's fair.
I just really, really fucking hate owing people favors.
I know, but
I mean, right now we live in a favor economy.
I'm not going to explain why at this moment, but I have a very strong feeling that this may be something that works out for us.
All right, I guess.
Okay. I'll go over to the door, knock on it, open it up. Hello. We're ready now.
Okay.
Just random thought in my head. Fuck everybody!
There is like one random guard at the door. Do you genuinely do that? I'm assuming no.
No, we are not. We are not.
No, I said funny thought in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sorry. Sometimes I lose the conclusion of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guard at the door. It'll be like, okay, they'll be back in a few minutes. I'll go get them, let them know. And
Awesome, you're a dear.
They move real quick.
the door guards do not seem to have been listening in.
Do boop him on. I do boop him on the nose.
I was about to ask if you did that.
I didn't actually create Sombra.
No, Sombra don't have pink skin.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We've got a Halloween event coming up.
For some reason I
New
don't see.
skins are a possibility.
For some reason I don't see Sombra being a Delta.
Zabrak or Zeltron? Yeah, probably not. That was not the point.
No, it wasn't, and we're moving on now. But at this point, we're gonna take a quick 5-10 minute, whatever it is, break.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be back in just a few minutes, folks. So stay tuned in. We're back.
Hi guys, welcome back. We're gonna just pick up right where we left off. So the three who were in there before and the translator droid will come back into the room.
Hi.
And
I look over at Praz.
the councilman will. So, have you come to a decision?
Yeah, I guess we'll take the corporate deal.
Well then.
To ease the paperwork of our fine captain here.
I think you'll be asked to turn in your badges. This is on related matters. I just fucked up. This is on unrelated matters. He'll hand an envelope to Praz.
Yoink. Here's my badge.
Here you go. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope.
I think that's part of the problem. So
I will definitely recommend that other people try this.
And next time you're acquiring some random off-worlders to punk or whatever, make sure that they're actually complicit in your crime and not just in aiding you.
is that what crime did I fucking? All right, whatever.
I mean, it wasn't complicit. It was quite simple.
I don't even know what you just said, Pink Lips.
And at this point, we still do expect you to stay on world, and because giving you a salary to do so seems to cause all of this ruckus, we're just going to stay around.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I will be having a long talk with Narakiki about pulling the strings.
We're
And
still
so-
getting paid for today, right?
Comedic smash cut to all of you being booted out on the
Him being booted out. I walked. Fuck that noise.
Comedic smash cut.
Yes.
All right. Let's head
You're
back.
outside the police station. With
Let's go back. I have a vase I want to
From
inspect.
the individual from the corporate representative from before.
I am House. You two have some business to take care of, House.
Yeah. I'll talk with them.
She'll look over her shoulder, sort of at all of you, but linger on you for a second before finger hooking at Praz and walking around the corner.
We'll see you back at the place.
All right.
Yep.
Shouldn't be too long.
I will go and follow.
We head back to the ship. At least I head back to the ship. I don't know if Lux also heads back.
No, that was sort of an explicit come this way.
Oh, I thought it was just to Praz.
I'm headed that way either way.
Okay.
If Lux starts following, I guess I'll follow them.
All right.
Powder
Powder.
will follow Lux.
Okay. You guys follow her for about 3 or 4 blocks before this person whose pronouns I have decided are fluctuating because no one has decided what they are.
Whatever.
They'll lean back against a building.
Take a lean.
I just stand there with my arms crossed.
Powder will try to do the arms crossed thing that Senna's doing.
It kind of works. You have to avoid the needle going anywhere dangerous, but
Yeah.
Nobody wants a bent needle. Just twing. Oh, I gotta be able to use that again.
So, you've got a... What's the deal? What's up? Where do we progress from here?
deal's a deal, and we did make an agreement, even if it seems you've struggled to uphold your side of it. Fortunately, the police were desperate to pass this off onto someone because they, as you gave your testimonies, they had no way to pass off primary blame to an off-worlder, and doing it to a homecoming individual who joins the police force only to be persecuted for it looks bad.
Oh, so your politics.
Yeah, funny how that worked out. So,
Okay.
no, it's fine. We're good. Where do we progress from here?
From here,
Yeah.
I agree. My boss agreed to let you walk out of this situation. We've upheld our end.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, he's a fan of your recent work, especially. I wanted me to say something about your recent stuff on Naboo a year or two back. He's a big fan. And she'll hand something to Lux. This is something to give the police if they decide that just letting corporate handle it isn't enough.
Okay.
So, sounds like what you're saying is square?
I don't care about you. It was just easier to get all of you out than just her. Bye.
Fair enough. Next time one of your
All right.
buddies tries to shoot someone in the back, tell him to shoot a little quicker.
He was
It was a
threatening
pleasure.
you to stay quiet. I'm not sure how you missed that.
It was a pleasure doing business.
It would
with
be it would have been the gun barrel in my back.
Powder will say fuck taint in binary.
10 out of 10.
Fuck you too, droid.
Would
Fuck
do
you too.
business again.
Hey, someone speaks binary. Right, shall we go?
Yeah.
There's only so long a droid can hold things in.
That's a lie.
So true.
That is
Yeah.
That is fact.
Head back to the ship.
That is factually inaccurate. But, you know,
We return to the ship.
All right. You're back at the ship with your apparently a base.
Right. So, what is this? What did you tell them the box was?
A vase that I had thought.
A
And she
vase?
just starts She falls on the ground and starts laughing.
And I start laughing while standing there.
I gotta tell you what I did. Oh my god.
What
And
did
she
you-
recounts step by step, acting it all out.
Sen gives.
I would probably shoot you if you acted like that all the time.
Sen gives.
Or at least,
I would
Oh.
ask you to shoot me if
Oh.
I acted like that all the time.
Oh no, you guys, that's funny, but let me tell you, and I recount mine and her reactions to it.
Those
and and Powder brings a drink to Lux and a water to Sen.
You.
And then goes and gets a drink for Praz.
Thank you, Powder.
thank
so
And just says, all I was able to do was speak binary. But it made me smile inside.
nicely done.
nice.
So here's the interesting part of this whole thing. The guy and his bodyguard, they know who I am.
Is that why you chased after them?
Tried to shoot him and apparently failed.
Well,
although
I did shoot him. No. I shot him. Here's my new concern, because he looked pretty fucked up. I missed the bodyguard. It was a long distance. There were people in the way. Let's see you make that shot.
Okay, give me a
Anyways,
gun.
Powder will pat Lux on the head.
not helpful at the moment. But one of two things. Either he survived, which concerns me, but I'm willing to let go. Because clearly they weren't going to sell us out to these people, which means, from the sounds of it, they believe I'm still... I managed to convince them that, yes, I am, in fact, still doing what I used to do.
And you weren't stupid enough that they caught you shooting at them.
Which, yeah, maybe.
Because I feel like if that little bit of information had come to light, it would have been a slightly different scenario for Hoss. Here.
I mean, that's the nice thing about being part of the criminal underworld. If somebody shoots you in the head from a long distance away and you don't get a good shot, you can't be sure it was the Imperial Black Ops person.
Yep.
Who you were just doing business with.
But
Praz,
they
you,
knew...
you really should read up more on your own culture's laws.
It's been a while since I've been home.
No, that's fine. I guess I am just concerned at this point about if that guy was as hurt as he looked. And again, it was a long distance, so I could have easily misjudged that. Who actually authorized that whole thing within that organization?
Yeah, if he's not the boss, he was just a middleman.
I assume
Would that
his
what you're worried
boss,
about?
yeah. What was
I'm
that
gonna
about?
check out-
What was that about Naboo?
Yeah, what happened on Naboo?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Well, it seems to be that since him being a fan of
You
whatever
know
happened
what I
on
do?
Naboo,
what I used to do.
yes. And what I'm saying is,
I do not.
There might be a clue as to
I'm
who
going
this
to
person
go
is.
I'm going to go look at this. Yeah, I got.
All right.
And we will and we will see if that provides any context. I look at Powder. I did very bad things for a very long time.
Powder will hand you another drink.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm going to take that drive and go to my... And somebody should contact the Shaper, let them know we've got...
Yep, I'll go give him a call.
I will open up the thing that I got as well.
Praz, let's start with that.
All right.
So most of it is additional, more secondary documents of the same nature as it is essentially additional documents on so there's a packet on basic protocol. There's a packet on common sense law enforcement.
For future reference, here are things to do and not to do.
There's a packet
The do's
on
and
how to
don'ts of
secure
being a
your
cop.
vehicle.
What's up?
A packet on
vehicle
how
one?
to secure your vehicle.
Oh,
And you're looking through this and you're like, this is just entirely designed to mock me, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a smaller sort of, you're looking through these disk packets and a small one sort of falls out from between how to handle your employees and selecting him.
Hiring processes for successful companies.
Yes. This smaller packet falls out, and you sort of look over it, and this one's encoded.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
They can help, but they're being dicks about it. Whatever. Yeah. Well.
John,
Yes.
what was Sensei doing? I'm
I
sorry.
was calling the Shaper.
Right. Just go ahead and call.
Yep. Bring.
After a moment, one of those glassy-eyed, or glassy-eyed, they have a mask. Blank people with masks answers. You have been received. I can intake any information you have to report.
Reporting to the Shaper that we have acquired the package you requested of us. We're still trapped on planet for a while. But once we are able to leave, it would be good to know where we need to take this.
Once you are able to depart, and are confident you can depart with the item, please contact us again.
Okay.
Thank you for using this service.
Click. Well, that was
Creepy
unhelpful.
and disconcerting, but it always is.
That was certainly helpful.
Lux,
Mm-hmm.
looking at the drive, as we've established, you have a system for going through these, so just make me one difficulty 3 computers check to see what you can get.
Okay. Difficulty 3. Boink. Boink. God damn it. Here we go. 3 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. You don't necessarily have the best word for this. I don't have the best word for this, but essentially this is a blackmail token. For like, not for you, but this is something that you're given, and these things kind of pass around in the underworld sometimes. Essentially, like, this one is on the government of this specific colony. Basically, it's we'll keep this private and you won't screw with us sort of set of information.
Okay.
It would match what was described to you, which is this is
So it's
to keep the
basically
police
don't
if
fuck.
they don't
right.
follow up on their end.
Okay.
You can get dirt on this government off of it if you want to, because 3 successes is enough.
Yeah, sure. Hell yes. I will save anything I get on that into a dump file to look at later, though.
Right.
Because I want to find out exactly what the fuck happened on Naboo a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you were already gone at that point.
Yes, I was gone well after that point.
Okay.
You mean well before?
Yeah, well before. Yeah.
I was gone in excess of that point.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam would probably know that too, because
That's why he asked. That's why he asked Lux, because he, as far as he knows, you weren't there.
Right.
And it's not like you were in each other's presence every single second, but
I think it would
you
be
didn't
noticed.
ever mention a trip to Naboo, sir.
I think it would be noticed if I was gone long enough for a trip to Naboo.
Yeah, probably.
Especially considering I'm the pilot.
How far away is Naboo?
It's like
It's in the worlds,
Yeah, it's a
so
different
it's ish. I don't know.
I didn't take you to Naboo. I hate the Gungans. Why were you in Naboo?
Technically, it's in the mid rim.
Yeah,
but it is not nearby by
it's
any
also
stretch.
not exactly somewhere you want to go if you are wanted by the Empire. For reasons.
It's like if you guys have been traveling around Florida and someone took a day trip to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Got it. See, that makes
That's
sense.
the person who typically drives the car.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, without the driver.
Yeah. Okay.
It could happen, but it's unlikely.
So Sen, you know that time where you went to go take a nap and you woke up like 8 days later and you couldn't explain why, and I just said, I don't know, you must have been really tired.
I knew something was fishy.
All right. So yeah, roll me a computer's difficulty 3 again for. I assume you're just trying to find black intel that would match
Yes.
that, and also I'm going to use a dark side point because.
Okay, I'm going to use the light side point. Well, we evened it out, so you shouldn't have to make any change.
It's true, but I was already moving to make the change.
Well, that's on you.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Uh-huh.
So that
Finally!
gets an upgrade on both sides. Difficulty 3. 3 successes and a threat.
Nice.
You get the information, but the Empire appears. Collectively, all of them, right there.
I
That
feel like
would
that's
be a
more than one
despair.
threat.
That would
Yeah.
be 2 despairs. And also me being like, and the universe flit?
We don't know. They don't really fit. They're kind of cramped, but they're there.
That would be.
And they're
saying,
hungry.
Okay, now we are ending the game.
Well, no. Hey, they cramped and can't move. Lightsaber.
Yeah, good plan.
Just
yeah.
stick it out and start walking.
So, Alex, you're looking through essentially. You're kind of being a little general. You're not exactly searching your name and Naboo
Right, no.
this specific date, but you're trying to find out like shady incidents that happened on Naboo around this time.
Yup.
And there are a few, many of them strongly imperially connected. The Empire has always had a particular interest in Naboo, partly
For
because it
strange reasons.
has historical value to the Empire, but partly just
Emperor's home.
it's just that is
It's
certainly
oddly
a part of it.
sentimental for some reason to those in power.
It is definitely a world with a lot of imperial influence.
I just like the idea of the Emperor like sitting in a pond feeding Gungans.
I'm
That's
specific.
awful.
It's the
But
Emperor!
Right, you have a thing happen, so
I am looking specifically for things that would fit my old profile of what I did and my ML, because
Yeah.
from what it sounds like to me is that even though I'm gone, the Empire is using my name to do very bad things.
and there is one that sort of matches that. It once again, it's details and whispers, and here and there a subtle reference.
Right.
But it does seem like a sort of attempt at spreading rebel propaganda through mercantile rings. Was destroyed in a way that like is very familiar to you. Like if you were still active, it's the kind of job you would have done.
Mm-hmm.
Even if Naboo was never necessarily your focus.
Right. Okay. I'm going to try and dig deeper on that. See if I can get.
Okay. Keep in mind, this is now getting into very dangerous intel, so I'm going to ask you to make another check at difficulty of 3 and spending another dark side point, pausing to see if you would like to spend a light side.
Yes.
Okay.
Bam.
Yep.
So that's one threat. I'm going to use my talent. What is it called? Natural Programmer. To re-roll that.
Don't forget to click the light side button.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that you clicked the... Okay.
Sorry. It's just, I'm going to continuously do it in chat, but
No, that works.
In.
So yeah, I'm re-rolling that now. Well, there is a success and a threat. That's better than just a threat.
As you're getting very close into it, it does seem a little constructed. Like, it's not an exact replication of something specific you did, but there's so many elements that are like pulled from this incident that you were a part of, or that incident that you were a part of, that you're like, this was either staged or manufactured, but it was definitely like designed to be about me. The ultimate fate of the individuals in charge, how subtly it was conducted, that their computer systems were basically destroyed. But you're confident this isn't something you did.
Oh. All right, I hit the intercom. Sen,
Yes.
can you come here?
Is the intern in there?
No, I'm in the cockpit. That's where my best.
I'm also in the cockpit.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
Is the intern in there? You turn around and you're like, oh, wait.
Oh. Yes. I stand up and walk around. What am I looking at?
You're looking at an op that I apparently did for the Empire when I was physically here the whole time.
Just sort of scan through it. I don't think I'm familiar with all the things you did, so I wouldn't be able to pick apart the piecemeal nature of it. But
I mean, it sounds authentic. It's pretty close to the kinds of stuff I would do. I would go in, I would get, depending on the situation. Sometimes you would go in overtly, sometimes you go in covertly, because as you know, I'm very good at getting people to open up, and then I would get the evidence I need, and there would be things would progress from there.
yes. Well, it seems like either they don't want to actually disavow you as a tool of the Empire, or
they're trying to
draw you out. I feel like they're using you as a tool more than trying to find you.
I mean, it's a propaganda tool.
Yeah.
One way or the other, because that was what I did. I found rebel. I found groups that might be in opposition to the Empire. I found out who was in charge and raised everything to the ground at that point.
Yeah. So the question is, who knows about this, which will tell us more about that person's employer.
I mean, generally only the people that only
If only the
Only the people I worked for.
if
Only the Empire I mean, okay, no, there are other people that knew, obviously, because like I said,
So-
sometimes I did things very openly. But this level of detail, no.
So
This is
the
either
only people that would have known about this job was the Empire, who wouldn't have said they're a fan still, or the people that the job was done against.
no, because it's very possible that it could be the Empire. I mean, my first instinct would be Sulan, my boss,
I feel
because it would undermine. Not that I was necessarily personally connected to that dump, but but for those who were in the know, it would undermine the amount of information that I dumped online. And it would continue the propaganda and the...
What I mean is not talking about the person who performed the event
Right.
on Naboo. The boss of the person that just let us go.
Oh,
That would either have to be somebody from the Empire, or whoever this op, if it actually happened, was against.
no, I don't think so.
Who else would know?
I think they legitimately thought that was me.
So who would know about the events is what I'm asking. That's how we find who this
Criminal
person is.
underworld? Yeah, I think it's very possible that they know about the dark evil things that the Empire is doing.
But more specifically, this and that it was marked to you. That it followed your MO, and that it followed the pattern of jobs that you specifically do.
I mean, that is a good point.
I feel like that's a far narrower
I
pool
didn't
of people.
necessarily operate
Um,
quietly.
Just to clarify something for Lux, for someone who, for whatever reason, is familiar with your MO or your body of work, this would read as something you did.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't always operate in a... Hold on a sec. Okay. Sorry, there's an air show going on in Hillsborough this weekend. Guess what I woke up to?
Airplanes.
I mean, it was fine. It was like noon, so I probably should have been awake anyways.
I mean,
but,
Welcome to my mornings. I wake
Oh.
up to trucks outside every day.
but so
I wake up to my son flopping onto my face.
Well, you kind of did that to yourself.
I mean,
you went and made
sometimes-
that. So,
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go back to this now.
Sometimes it would be very openly going in. It was whatever was most effective at that particular time. So there are people who knew who were potentially in the know.
But it couldn't be a large pool of people, at least not to know you
No, not a large pool of
that
people,
well.
but so some criminal organizations do work with the Empire,
Yes.
and I would work with some criminal organizations
Yes.
to insinuate myself in places. So it is not... I'm not concerned about them at the moment. It's something to keep in mind, but something to set aside. I am more concerned about who is fucking using my name.
Well, that would be the Empire.
Yeah. I need to stop that shit.
Well, we're kind of not in a position to deal with that
No,
right
we
now.
have to wait at least until we're allowed to leave the planet. But unless there are strong objections, I see a trip to Naboo in our future.
I mean, it would also be nice to probably swap out vehicles. But
You're not wrong there.
this one's already been compromised by an unknown force. And if we're going to Naboo, where there's a strong Imperial presence, I would like something a little bit quicker and more maneuverable.
Really?
Something like that.
I'm aware. Fuck.
We heard that.
So a spaceship just flew over us as we were over our ship as we were talking. We're in a starport. People are taking off. And
Yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah,
Yeah.
something quicker and more
It just
maneuverable.
adds flavor, you know.
I didn't hear anything.
But I'm also, God damn it! I still want to check out the fucking Imperials here. Oh,
I don't think the ones here are concerned currently.
maybe.
I
I just started that, and we've got a few days, so I'll see what I can do about that.
yeah, but there is such a thing as spreading yourself too thin, Lux.
Yeah, it's fine. I need to.
And if we cause an issue with the Imperials,
Oh no,
here,
I'm going to. Don't worry, I'm being.
even being
So-
careful. If anything happens,
Thus far, the entirety of that has been eavesdropping on
yes.
soldiers in a bar.
So just bear with me for a moment. Hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
a member of this contingent learns something that maybe they shouldn't know from people that we know have that information. Or from someone within the Empire, that information comes down. And while you're eavesdropping and evaluating and trying to learn more about this particular group, they recognize you.
I know.
That makes it a lot harder for us to leave and go to Naboo if we are in an Imperial Star Destroyer's brig, or worse, here. I'm not saying it's likely to happen, but we know there's a chance.
Yeah, and
Now
it's
more than
something.
ever.
It's something I'm keeping in mind. This is all stuff that I'm keeping in mind when I'm dealing with the fucking Empire, anyways. Because obviously, I'm not gonna lie.
Normally, though,
There's a portion of me who wants to get on that ship because that's going to have direct access to some databases I would love to get access to.
that's what we call a bad idea. And
No,
normally
that's what
we
we call-
have. Normally, when we're doing this, we have an escape
Call it
route.
a bad idea.
We do not currently have an escape route. Once we have an escape
Relax.
route,
I'm not going to get us captured by the Empire. It's okay.
you say that, but no one ever intends to.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not going. You'll be fine.
You realize when you say "don't worry about it," it just makes me worry more.
I feel like that's on you.
No, it's not. I go back and sit down in my chair.
Okay.
Flip on
And
the-
I stew over this new information I found.
Okay. Praz, Powder, what are you up to?
I will probably be opening that encrypted
Okay.
data
Make
thing.
me a difficulty 3 computers to
Right.
unencrypt it. And
Did I say I was going to do that? I meant I was going to take it.
Powder's going to check on the intern. Just
Okay.
make sure he's okay.
as that check is being made,
I'm using a light side point.
okay. Powder, he seems fine. He's set himself up pretty well and is just playing chess with himself essentially. With the success prize, you're like, okay, I've seen Lux do this. Buttons, 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 buttons. Oh, that worked this time. you are able to get the file open. Inside, there's a pretty simple message just spelled out.
Fuck off. that would be it.
Not quite. It and a picture attached. The picture is from that video that you sent of the woman and the two people breaking into your ship. And the message reads, "We know who this is. You need to drop it."
Is that all it says?
Well, it says it doesn't tell you who it is or why you would want to drop it. Nothing.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna.
I was like, they don't know Praz very well.
Asshole fucks with my shit.
Powder will sit down with the intern and start playing chess.
Ah.
All right. He's better than you're expecting, but you're able to simulate every possibility. You don't necessarily need to, but you can if you feel like it. So you tend to be winning.
I'll let him win a couple of games.
Cool.
My advice, let the intern win.
Back up in the cockpit. By the way, what are we just letting the intern live here now? Is that his thing? He just bunking, not doing
I mean, he's not doing anything at the moment.
ever.
At the moment, if we find a role for him on the ship, then sure.
Like what? We're not paying him, are we?
Not yet. First of all, we would have to get paid for that to happen.
Exactly.
Second of all, no, he's at the moment, he's just here. I'm sure we can find something for him to do.
Like what?
I don't know. Science stuff doesn't necessarily come up a lot, but I'm sure that we could find a use for it. It's not like he's an invalid.
Does this look like a science exploratory vessel?
No, but you know how useful it would.
I gesture over at the sensor consoles. Those are not deep planet scanning sensors. Those are there's a ship on your ass run sensors.
Okay, but imagine if we had him when we encountered that fucking weird ass ghost planet. He could have figured out what was going on right away.
Could he?
He could have, conceivably.
He seems to have a very narrow specialization, that being the things they were doing at that lab.
Conceivably, he could have. I mean, it's not like everything else science related he has a child's level of knowledge. You have to have a good sense of grounding for this kind of stuff.
So in the
If nothing else,
in the off chance that we again get trapped in a ghost filled
oh, for God's sakes. Okay, if nothing else, if we can't find anything else to do, he's not hurting anything here. No, he's not getting paid, and if he needs anything, I will cover it.
I'm just saying, he's probably bored.
Well, not right now. Right now he's playing chess with the robot.
He's playing chess with Powder.
He's playing chess with Powder.
Yes. He's actually... Oh, that's cute. She's letting him win. There.
Yeah. That is happening on the other screen.
Look, he's fine. If you want to go talk to him, feel free. It's not like...
I tried to engage with him. He doesn't seem to be very...
That's because you don't engage with people. You question them.
Yeah?
Never mind. He's fine as he is right now.
I'll walk into the cockpit.
Oh, there you are.
Yep. So, they know who broke onto the ship, but they won't tell me,
Figures.
and that fucking annoys me.
Well, you did break a law that apparently is well known enough that people can quote it as if it were scripture. Except for you.
Well, I knew the law. It's just there were more pressing issues, like the safety of Lux over here.
Lux can handle herself.
I'm fine.
Yeah, but the person didn't know that. But yeah, no, they just told me to drop it on an encrypted file.
I mean, it's cute.
Yeah.
What was in that envelope? Was that the only thing in that envelope they handed you?
Yes.
Roll a deception.
He doesn't have to. I'm not questioning it harder than that.
I want to see how convincing it is. It's
Yeah,
just
I'm
a
in the
baseline,
room,
so
too.
difficulty 2.
And I'm feeling a little paranoid at the moment.
Okay.
So,
Deception.
Yep.
3 advantages. Because that's all I rolled. Oh no, I rolled
Would anyone like to roll against that?
I would not.
cool.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not in the room, so I can't.
I should take out all of my upgrades from all that computer rolling.
Yeah, I just had to do that too.
A success and 2 advantages.
So, Lux, there were probably other things there. That was a little bit of a flippant yes. Yes.
Okay.
But
It's a bit of a look, and then, sure.
Well, I guess we have a couple of days of twiddling our thumbs on the ship. Is there a starport
Yeah.
here? And I don't know if there's a starport here. Is there like we're in the starport. Is there a ship cellar, a shipyard here? Is what I was trying to say.
yeah, the colony has one.
Although I'd really rather, I'd like to get a Coruscant vessel, but not a Coruscant, a Corellian vessel, but they're expensive.
Yeah, they are.
We need to get a
Are
new
we
ship.
going to try to just trade this off?
We need to trade up. This one, security's already been breached. And our future endeavors may or may not require running away from a fleet of Star Destroyers. I'd like something a little bit faster and more agile.
Yeah.
Oh, if it gets
Right.
to that, we won't be running away.
I will be running away. Whether or not you're on the ship is up to you at that point.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I think I know a couple
Mhm.
Star ship dealerships. Some used lots.
Works, but okay.
I don't know how else to describe it. Let's go.
You know where the shipyard would be.
Yeah.
Autos
And you
used
know that they sell
spaceships.
Yeah.
We guarantee you that at least one of their sublight engines work.
Ah.
All right. Let's go
Ah.
shopping. Sound
Cool.
good? Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take the speeder since it's probably not within walking distance.
I'm driving.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you get to fly the ship. We're not doing anything fucking crazy. I'm driving. I haven't driven in a while.
Makes a valid point.
Fine. I will go get in the back seat where I can brace myself if needed.
Because I'm gonna fucking crash.
Okay. Praz, make me a planetary piloting check. Why not?
What difficulty? Just standard?
Difficulty of
really?
1.
1?
Yeah.
Alright.
Really quick before we do head off, I am going to go check on Darius, see how he's doing, see if there's anything he needs.
He's fine. He's not feeling very useful, but he's happy to be here.
It's
and
okay. You don't.
like.
I'm sure we will find something for you to do. You don't have to worry about that right now.
He is very good at chess.
Awesome. For now, I just want to make sure everything seems okay. If there's anything you need, just let me know. And yeah, okay. We're gonna go possibly look for a new ship. We'll see. If you need anything, you know where the yeah, you're good.
Right. Well, have a nice day.
Yep.
See ya.
Lux, Powder will ask Lux in binary, would you like me to stay behind?
No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay right now. I think so.
Okay. Let's go
So, yeah.
shopping.
So now, sorry.
All right.
I got 4 successes.
Yeah. Sen is. You're expecting to brace yourself, and you actually do the first time you make a turn, just because you're expecting it. But it's reasonably smooth. You could have done better, but that was 4 successes.
Obviously, I could have done better, but
You know why I said it in that tone of voice.
yep.
How big is a speeder?
This is a vehicle that you guys acquired previously. It can fit all of you.
It's like a car but without wheels
Yeah.
Okay.
or
I
a
just-
roof
yeah.
for some reason.
So it's like a
Because-
hover raft?
All
Because
fast.
trapping yourself in a little metal bucket in
That flies through the air.
on a planet like Tatooine that's got desert and sun is not necessarily the best idea.
Yeah, because they couldn't put air conditioning in.
And air conditioning is a luxury thing, and thus Star Wars sort of has it in the rich places.
Yeah.
Yep. So apparently we're going shopping.
Well, we're going looking.
Yeah.
Chips are expensive.
We're gonna
but we can at
window
least-
shop.
We can at least get an idea of what things are going for that we might be interested in. And we will have a goal while we're waiting here for... While we're
Waiting
here
for the
people.
council to see if they have
Yeah.
any more questions.
Yep.
So we're leaving the intern alone again. Or is Rerun on the ship?
Where is Rerun? I haven't
Rerun, are you on the
seen-
ship?
No response.
It's odd.
Yeah.
None of you saw him when you guys were there before.
We haven't seen him in a while.
Well,
You haven't seen him since
Yeah.
since you left to go.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in his room.
he's wandering around doing stuff. Don't worry about him.
Okay. No. Curious, by the way, he has a name. It's
Intern.
not just the intern.
Yeah, the intern.
Yeah, if you keep doing that, it's not going to help with the feelings of acclamation and It's not like a barn animal you've raised. It's not like
We have
you're
given
not
him a
waiting
nickname.
you're not waiting to slaughter them for food. You can refer to them by names.
I mean, you're the one that just used the phrase acclamation when talking about a human being, so.
Yes, because that is a thing that human beings do, and
Do
the rest
humans
of-
not give other humans nicknames?
I mean, I don't
it
know. I'm
turns
not a
out
human.
It's a title.
Neither am I.
None of us are really.
Fine. Darius will be fine. I plan to spend some time with him when we get back, and
Mhm.
he does definitely. He wants to feel useful on this ship. I'm sure we can find something for him to do.
All right.
Nothing else. He's keeping me sane among the rest of you crazy people. So,
Right.
Ooh. Where did that come from?
Sure he is.
Stress relief is always needed.
thinking thoughts.
I am too.
Mhm.
I'm better at it than you.
let's
And
go. Yeah.
you arrive like the married couple that's been fighting all day about what to buy at the dealership.
Make
Yeah.
Praz the kid.
No, I'm driving. I'm tuning you guys out while you argue. This is why I wanted to drive.
We
So didn't have
arrived
distracted
like
driving.
the married couple that's been fighting about one of their new boyfriend for a while.
Yeah, essentially.
It's a lovely polyamorous relationship.
Yes.
He just happens to be annoying. That's all.
Hmm.
You take that back. He is not.
We arrive at the starship at the
you arrive.
shipyard.
So, at the shipyard, whew. You're looking around. Most of these are a little junkier than you might. Most of the ones that are far range
Yeah.
are junkier than you might like. A lot of these are shuttles or fighters that someone might have for personal use within a larger vessel. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for something that has better than -2 handling and better than 3 speed.
A YT 1300 Corellian.
I mean, that would be
Um,
ideal if possible. A heavily modified one, of course.
Yes.
But no, something like a light freighter. Something that's inherently more agile than what we currently have. Because what we currently have is a flying box.
Let's get a pleasure yacht.
I mean, it is faster.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. I just thought it was a funny name.
No, something that is definitively faster and has enough room for the 5 of us. Sorry, 6 of us. I forgot about the intern.
Darius.
And enough room to make a hidden spot for contraband, I'm assuming.
That you can make on any ship.
That is also not something that you ask for in the feature.
No, of course
Correct.
not.
All right.
Of course not.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for something in the range of a light freighter, like an HWK 290 would be, if it could be expanded to have a little bit more passenger space, would be pretty ideal. But if not, something along those lines.
Okay. Roll me a D100. I have not been looking at the ship stats because I didn't know this was going to happen today.
Right?
95.
95. Should have asked someone to say high or low beforehand.
I would have said high.
Then
So
I
there you
can
go.
just do 95 based on what I was internally gonna do. With a 95, like I said, it's mostly things that you're looking at, and some of them are very nice, but not necessarily what you're hoping for. However, in terms of freighter,
It doesn't necessarily have to be a freighter, just something that is fast and maneuverable. That is large enough for all of us.
gee, make it harder for me, please.
Be a tad bit more vague.
Could you vague it up for me?
There is one that you could get, which is the damn it. Why is everything? Why is everything in this book so stats heavy?
Yeah.
Because I have to make sure I'm not giving you something broken. But you know what? I'll just say what I was going to say and deal with the consequences. There is one of the ILH freighters, but it's in pretty bad shape. You're not entirely sure if it could fly looking at it from the outside, but it's a little bigger, and I think it's faster than your current one.
What's the name of it?
The ILH KK, which is the on 260.
Okay, the Citadel class light freighter.
Yeah. Which it might need some work, especially aesthetically. It would definitely need some work to look nice.
It's also a lot bigger, yeah.
And it is a much bigger ship.
But it handles better, interestingly enough.
But it is also a nicer ship in many ways.
Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it's not more streamlined.
It's true. So yeah, I'll as we're sort of looking around, I'll point up at that. Well, there's that.
That's definitely a choice.
That's a ship that can hold another ship.
Nice. Can we afford it?
Yeah, how is the price range is my first question.
Well, we'll have to ask the person who is the proprietor of this fine establishment. And by we, I mean you, Lux.
Okay.
Congratulations, yay!
But I'm willing to bet...
Not it.
I'm willing to bet we could probably bargain them down to our ship.
Okay.
And again, by we, I mean you.
Yes, I understood that part.
Just be sure to be able to take our items off of our ship first.
Well, no, when you sell a
Yeah,
ship,
right.
you just sell the ship.
You don't sell everything
sell-
that's on the ship.
You don't sell everything that's on it.
Darius is not part of the package deal.
Though he might make it a cheaper deal.
Which I grab something light and like bounce and bounce it off your head.
It was a joke.
That's why it was something light.
Oh, let's go find the office.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you find the office. There's a Zabrak man who's there. His tattoos are very noticeable compared to many of the other ones you've seen, and incredibly detailed. They cover most of his face with intricate designs. Hi. Can I do something for you?
Hello. We had seen the ship outside, and we were very interested in potentially acquiring it.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I wasn't. How rude of me. My name is Lux. What's your name?
Hallison.
Hallison. Nice to meet you. Hallison. So we're in the market. My crew and I are in the market for a ship.
Looking for something to take out on adventures, something
Well,
for
looking to take out. I wouldn't
business.
say. Let's just say that what was the model
The
number?
You have
ILHKK.
a Wayfarer class medium freighter.
We have a Wayfarer class. What we're looking to buy is the ILHKK.
ILH. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the ILH will suit what we're looking for?
That one, I haven't had someone looking for that one in quite a while.
Really? Why is that?
It's a little stuffy. There aren't that many people carting tourists around or something.
Well,
Also, the paint. I don't feel like doing the paint job. Getting a little old.
Oh, that's fine. We're not worried about that.
That's one as is. You're looking to just purchase with credits.
Looking to, well, that depends. We're curious as to the price first of all.
For one in just about new condition, but with admitted cosmetic hiccups.
Out of curiosity, just sort of like while Lux is talking, I'm sort of like at the door or window, whatever, looking out at it. Does it look like it just has cosmetic issues?
Make me a... There isn't really an intelligence vehicles check.
Would it
be
just be a
lore?
perception check?
Also, we
It's
could just
not-
ask for the most
That's
recent
certainly not what
diagnostic.
perception is. Perception is noticing things you aren't looking for. You can make a vigilance check, difficulty of 3.
Alright. Vigilance difficulty 3.
While you're looking over that,
Yeah. Go.
I'm just gonna straight up ask if he has the most recent diagnostic for it.
2 successes, 2 threats.
I have a certificate of sale.
So you bought it from somebody?
Yes, we're mostly a used dealership, but the previous owner barely used it, and it just sort of got a little messy from not being terribly well utilized.
2 successes.
And it's going to cost number I'm not going to try and pronounce 17 with 4 zeros on the end.
170,000 credits.
I look over at Sen as if he is our accountant.
I'm looking at the ship right now.
With 2 successes and 2 threats. They could be primarily cosmetic. It's a little hard to tell. You don't see any denting around the engines, but you do see dents in places.
I'm looking.
which-
Just to give you an idea, I'm looking to see if the mounted cannons are missing, if any part of the engines are missing, if the
None of the basic
missing?
things seem to be missing,
Okay.
but it does look like it was in some sort of climate that managed to strip the paint job.
Yeah.
Which, on a spaceship's a little... How did you manage to fuck that up?
Yeah.
And could hint at other damage.
Well, I don't know if like new is the qualifier I'd use. Looks like this thing's been through a couple of drastic situations.
I mean,
I think
you're
that's
not wrong.
I think that's a meteor impact. I say, pointing at one of the dents.
Really? So,
Any chance we could tour it?
Of course. Come with me.
yeah, we would obviously want to be able to do a diagnostic of it to make sure that we're not getting a lemon.
Yes, that would be advisable. He'll essentially tap in the code to open it up for a tour. 'Cause
Also,
all the gates are locked down.
What's the value on our Wayfair? What
the-
goal am I looking for?
The like new value on the Wayfair is 120,000 credits. So
Okay.
we have a difference of
50 grand.
50,000 credits that we need to cover, plus a little bit more, unless you can argue.
Or
more than
yeah, and that
120,000
is his
on the Wayfair.
opening
Yeah.
offer.
Yes, of course.
Look for the sticker. There's always a secret sticker that tells you how low they can go.
You would know. Yes, in some very empire-y parts, these places are regulated, but that's because the Empire's trying to keep track of who's buying a ship.
And get their
Most
cut.
places are not regulated.
If this ship is that bad off, we could probably just trade ships. Like,
Well,
It-
we'll see.
the lights do flicker a bit and as you enter, and this one is larger than the ship you were in before. And yeah, it is kind of ugly.
just needs a couple throw pillows. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I did not know we were doing this. Okay. Yeah, so as you head on in, it smells a little rusted, musty in here, but for something that probably hasn't been opened in a week, not too bad. And he sort of waves his hand and slams the side of it as the lights have a little bit of trouble turning on. And he'll take you through this thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking out to see if there's any like obvious damage that would prevent it from moving and shooting. Those are the two critical
Okay.
aspects.
All right, I want anyone who's doing that to make me a vigilance check.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Difficulty what?
Difficulty of 3.
Okay.
I might as well, right?
Yep. I mean, we're all going to be living on this, so we don't want to find an accidental hole
Nope.
while we're flying in space.
Looks good to me.
A wash.
2 advantages.
None of you are spotting anything particularly bad. Nothing seems to be missing. It's definitely not in great shape. Let me drag you over to a map of it.
Ooh. That means
Yeah.
I have to actually open my thing to do.
Yep.
Just so our players can see what they're looking to buy. The cannons and the engines
Ooh.
as you go by them all seem to be functional.
Okay.
But for a kind of vehicle that's often used as like a transport or passenger vehicle, it's not in great shape. but it's spacious. It's spacious. There's only a few minor cobwebs. It needs
Is there an
some work.
escape
So-
pod?
Just to clarify, the map
what-
of the ship that is showing it is showing to me as a Corellian Vanguard class heavy assault gunship.
It's
I
what Google
think-
said was this ship.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I think no, it's okay. I think
There's not really.
this is the one that you are looking for, which is much more of a luxury ship.
Yeah. Yep.
Has an upper deck and a lower deck, and
Yes. Okay.
Sorry,
The map you guys are currently on is wrong. I was a little confused, but I was just like, well, Google knows better than me.
Yeah, no
Oh
worries.
no, yeah, no, for real.
Apparently, just not today.
This is one of those ones that has to have, like, there isn't like an official map for it, so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people got to make it themselves, kind of.
Yep. So yeah, just walking through.
It
I will,
actually has its own medical bay.
Yeah.
That's important.
I will.
Yay!
I will.
Yes.
I will.
I will
It sounded
homebrew
like,
a
"Can we
specific
have it?
interior
Can we have
once
it?"
if you guys decide to purchase it, but that's roughly what it would
Okay,
look
yeah.
like.
As we wander through, I will make the occasional comment regarding the quality of the upkeep, just to give Lux fuel for the bargaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's no making comments like, you know, there's no drastic structural integrity loss, although it will take a bit of maintenance to get it patched up in working order. We're going to have to replace the beds in these rooms. We're going to have to rewire some of these consoles. Just sort of rattling off a list of very technical sounding piloty things and ship
Yeah.
ownery things that will.
And as you're doing that, you realize that, yeah, that probably will cost you money if you actually want to make it nice and livable.
Yeah, but from what I'm seeing, as a ship, it is still functional and better
Yeah.
than the ship that we have. It's just going
Right.
to take some work to get it up to a comfortable living condition.
Mhm.
That's
And
fine.
it also does not look particularly nice from the outside, which could be an issue in some places.
For now, that's a good thing for us.
Yeah.
I don't say that out loud, but
Powder will stay in the medical bay a little longer than everyone else.
I just live here now.
home, home.
Like just touching all of the items.
There are
Okay.
no items there.
There's nothing like stalking the medical bay, but
No. But like, there's
Mhm.
just like the cabinets of
There's
you
an
pulled
actual
all of the
medical
good
bay.
things. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so
There's a medical bay.
I go through giving Lux ammunition, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
You all travel through. It's like, well, that is the first floor and the second floor. Unfortunately, there's not third floor on this one.
No, that is quite sufficient. So, I mean, there's definitely some upkeep that will need to be done. I certainly don't think, as my associate said, this is not like new condition. I don't think we could really go above. Well, let me think about what we've got in our. And I'm assuming just to make sure we know this right off the bat. I'm assuming that the trade in collateral is a viable option.
Of course, if we can assess the value of such collateral.
Of course.
Ma'am, we do have that cargo ship that's actually on planet
Yeah.
currently.
There is that. It might be worth looking into. It might be worth. It's definitely in much better shape, and more functional. There wouldn't have to be any major upkeep done to it.
And it's hardly a
selling
loss.
this ship as though it's in quite nice condition.
It is.
Oh.
It is in very nice condition.
Well, then what's wrong with it? Why don't you need it anymore?
Oh, well, we're upgrading our fleet, obviously.
Right.
A little too small.
This would certainly be, once we fix it up, this would certainly be worth adding to our collection, but
Absolutely.
it's up to you,
But
ma'am.
I mean, you would of course be free to examine the ship. In fact, let's do that just so we can get these baselines established.
Seems reasonable enough. And of course, if you're struggling to afford, we work with many different credit agencies.
There would be no struggle. There would be no struggle. We will see how this. We'll see how this goes. I think you'll be quite satisfied with how this ship is doing. I can give you the location. You can send your assessor by at whenever is convenient.
I will, of course. We'll set up an appointment.
Wonderful.
I imagine I pull out a data pad and flip through it. 2 days from now, you don't have any appointments, ma'am.
Is that doable?
That would work just fine.
Wonderful. It seems like we have a plan. And well, in the meantime, of course, we will do a little bit of looking into things and determining how far we're willing to go for your ship. Yes, I will look forward to seeing you or whoever your assessor is. Please, if you do know, if it is not you, let us know who to expect.
I'll be sending by my typical person. They are available that day. She's quite a lovely lady. You could say.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. All right.
All right.
It's been wonderful meeting you, Allison.
Given all of that, that's where we're going to end.
All right.
Cool.
Then say goodbye, everybody.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye.